So along those lines, my week has been really busy. Just trying to get this diet down pat. I just received my diabetes books and cookbooks, so hopefully this will help me understand what I can and cannot eat. Um, so I basically my week was really full because I'm still homeschooling, and usually my brain cannot take more than homeschooling. But I have got to get that over with, and um, one of the things I'm having a hard time is getting my son legal help for him to get disability. I have been very blessed that I have been able to find programs for him, but once he's on his own, it's gonna be really hard for him to get find programs when he moves out of the state. It's really hard, and um, I want him to get disability because then he is assured that wherever he moves, he's got it already. He could just, move, change his address, get a new bank account, and he'll be fine. Um, I couldn't find anyone because since even though he's not in school and I'm homeschooling him, even though he's 19, um, I guess the way it works in Texas is the lawyer won't get paid. Something about that while he's in school, the parents are still supporting him, even though they can't count. It's crazy. Even though they can't count my husband's income because he's already 18, I mean, from what I hear, Texas finds every excuse not to, even if you win, not to back pay. So, um, the lawyers won't get paid. You get paid. Whoever the person is who's filing for the disability will get paid, but the lawyers won't get paid. So I was, trying to get some help. Thank God we got our foot in the door with some help for him. And then I've been filling out all of, the SSI paperwork. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So I was filling those out on top of that, trying to help him on top of that, trying to finish homeschooling. Um, so that so that he could like not be in school anymore. I don't know if that's gonna help because it has to do with the back pay, but because the way it works is from the date you filed to the day you win. If it's 2 years, if they deny you and then you win, they have to pay you back all those 2 years that you should have gotten it. So I heard they find excuses not to do that, so cut it in half. But anyway, so I guess every state is different, and so I did that, and just trying to find ways to relax, for my blood pressure. Just trying to find foods that I can eat, trying to cut back on sugar. As far as I can try is like not to have sugar at all. And I'm just finding that sugar's in everything, salt is in everything. It's really difficult, but I don't add any sugar at all. Just trying to find whole grains that I can eat. And, I'll only eat oatmeal bread. Wheat bread is really not good for you. And then I find out every bread that is not white is got wheat flour in it. So it's just been really difficult. I didn't lose any more weight. I was hoping I did because like last week I was able to fit in the behind the wheel, but I still pushed the seat a little, and this week I fit like nothing. I'm driving fine. I don't have to push the seat back a little, nothing. I'm fitting perfectly behind the wheel. I've been perfectly being able to reach the brakes and the gas. But I haven't lost any weight, and I'm trying. As a matter of fact, I was reading that if you can eat the right foods, you won't even feel hungry. And I wasn't hungry. It was just weird. I had to force myself to eat because I wasn't hungry all day. But I know that I have to eat because I have to take my diabetes pills. You have to take it with food. So I've been forcing myself to eat, trying not to. My stomach shrunk last week, and this week it didn't feel like it shrunk at all. So I found that I was able to eat a little more this week than I could last week, and that was scaring me. But I weighed myself today, and it says that I gained 1 pound. So, that's neither here nor there, because you fluctuate. So, It might have even been less when you count the ounces, but so I've just been trying to do that on top of homeschooling, on top of doing my SSI, on top of helping my son. And the only thing I mean, I did all the paperwork. I mean, I did all the copies. You need to make copies of so many things. And there's just one last thing was that I had about maybe 10 questions I didn't understand. And I still don't have my bills yet, and they want to see your bills. So Friday, I was going to make my phone calls, but I did call the hospital. I said, I put in a complaint, over a week ago, and nobody's gotten back to me. And, and I was wondering what happened to my bills, and then I was, the last thing I was going to do was call, Medicaid, just to ask them the questions that I didn't understand, and I get a call. And on top of that, I'm helping my brother with his kids. Well, my brother already announced this publicly. His wife left him, and so it was his week to have the kids, and I was helping him because he had to go to work. So before I went to go with the girls, because I'm still recuperating, and you're taking care of a toddler, and a child, and they can have energy. So I just said, let me just try and relax, and then try to call Medicaid before I leave. If not, definitely Monday. I don't have to go anywhere Monday, and I can, because it's like a long wait when you call. When you call these government things, you could be on the phone for half an hour just to get through to somebody, and another half hour to an hour talking. So, all of a sudden, the hospital calls me, and we got into this nasty argument because they admit that the lady shouldn't have asked the receptionist, Miss Evil, shouldn't have went to my husband for that money, that she should have asked me. They admit that she's supposed to ask the patient, but they still won't give me the refund. And then they come out with this whole song and dance, because I was laying into them. I was raising my voice. I was upset because I'm still in pain. I'm still not feeling well, and I was tired. And because I had just been with my nieces, and it's a little hard to get comfortable in my brother's house because she took like half the furniture with her. So, I was, in pain from my fibromyalgia, and pain still from this thing. The pills I just don't feel good with these pills. They still trying to find a way for them not to make me dizzy. Very light sensitive, and I found out that's what high blood pressure does. It gives you light sensitivity. Great. That's what the pills do, because I've had this problem before, but not as intense as now. So, before I took those pills, I didn't have as much. I had it's like it grew 10 times worse after I took the pills, this light sensitivity. So, I'm just dealing with all of that, and then they, give me this bull crap, and I just went off because, and I was on speakerphone. There's like 3 different women, and I don't know who I'm talking to, and now they're saying a different story. I just went off on them saying, you wrote me off, and I just realized, how did they know my husband's income? They said, we tried to help you. I said, how is walking into my room and just saying to me, your husband makes so much money, we can't help you? Telling me that you're not a county hospital, you don't do that. And now you're going to lie there and say that you helped me? You didn't help me. I said, I've been doing everything on my own. I've been trying to get help because I don't feel well. These pills make me sick. I went off, just went off on them. And finally, they said that if I do get accepted, because once something's paid, Medicaid's not going to pay it. I said, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but I've had Medicaid for my daughter for I don't know how many years. Once the bill is paid, Medicaid is not going to reimburse me, and they're not going to pay you for it because it's already paid. And I said, they're going to ask me, one of the questions is, what have you paid for already? So what do you want me to do, lie? They're trying to say they're going to do this, that, and the other thing. And finally, they just said, look, if you get accepted, we'll refund your money as soon as you bring us proof. Well, if they said, regardless of whether we're going to get paid back or not from them. So, well, if you're going to do that, you might as well just give me back the money now in good faith, I said, because... you see that I'm applying. You see that at least I'm putting the effort to do this by myself. I said, because the way it works is, a patient doesn't have money, they can pay little by little. You don't just go taking food off a person's table like that. I went off I just went crazy on them. They wouldn't budge. I said, well, I told them, well, I disputed this already in my credit card company, so, you know, it just ruined my week. I was like feeling so good about myself because I'm accomplishing all these things. I'm down to like maybe 2 weeks left of homeschooling. Thank God. I'm like down to my last 2 weeks of homeschooling. I mean, thank God. We've actually been able to skip over a few things that are completely unnecessary. And so those things like wind chill and sports data. So I was so happy that we could skip over that part of the lessons, which brings us closer to finishing. So it would have been something like 4.5 or 3 weeks or whatever, and now we're down to like 2 weeks or less. So I'm like really happy about that. So I was like happy that I almost finished doing all my Medicaid paperwork. Happy that we almost finished with homeschooling. Happy that was able to finally get my son's foot in the door of getting help. It still might not happen, but at least my foot is in the door. There has to be like some interview taking place, but I did all of this week, even with pain, and was able to take care of my nieces. And all I wanted to, because I had them for 2 days, and all I wanted to do was just rest before I was with them again. Because I also have to cook dinner early because I'm going to him because, he's just in a really bad position. So I went over, instead of him wasting money on gas, I went to him, and because it's hard, he has to go to work, and it's just like triple the gas money for him to come here and then go to work. So because his work is in the opposite direction. So I said, well, you know what? I'll just go there, chill, and come back. It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna have to do all of this stuff. So all I wanted to do was relax on Friday. When that happened, there was no SSI phone call. There was no Medicaid phone call happening. I could not relax for the life of me. I tried crocheting. I tried going in my recliner. I tried watching a movie. It took me hours before. I think when I finally went to eat lunch, because this was early in the morning, when I finally went to eat lunch, I finally relaxed. I think I watched a little something on Netflix, and then, dinner was ready, and I got ready, and, I spent the evening with my nieces, and it's, at first I was a little nervous because of my health, but we had a really nice time. It went smooth. We played board games, we played video games, we watched a movie. Pretty much they had already eaten by the time I got there, so, just make sure they were alive, they were okay, took their bath with the door open so I could watch them, and, it was just really smooth sailing, and I love that I spent time with them. I mean, that's what it was about, spend time, moving here so I could spend time with my family. I didn't get to spend too much time with my brother because he was running out. When he came in, I was running out, but, then yesterday what happened was, so I was out Wednesday to do a grocery because I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it Friday or Thursday like we usually do. So after homeschooling, Wednesday to do a grocery, then had Thursday homeschooling, all that crap. Went to go see went to go take care of my nieces, and then, Friday, I was over there again, and then yesterday, my brother once a month does a film festival, and he shows movies. I mean, from 8 o'clock in the morning to like midnight. So I was there for that too for a couple of hours. And so I've been really busy this week, and I have to say that by the end of the week, the pain did subside, although I am still feeling pain in my ovaries, still getting spasms, it just made me feel better about that, but I'm just still trying to get these pills right. I think I talked to the pharmacist. He said get it's this machine that checks your blood pressure and your diabetes. Maybe I have to adjust the pills accordingly, to maybe if it's low, maybe I could, take, I'm already doing every other day with my, taking half in the morning, half in the evening diabetes, and every other day my high blood pressure pills because, it hurts. My eyes are ready to like pop out of my head from pain, and maybe that's why I haven't lost weight. Maybe my body's retaining water again. I don't know. So, if I could just pray to God I get this Medicaid and I can start going back to the doctor and taking care of myself, and so I could get to a place, because I don't think at this point I can exercise now with the pain that I keep getting down there. But when I finish homeschooling, I will try. But I couldn't even walk 10 feet without pain. So just want to get myself healthy again, you know. So yeah, so that was my week. And you know, and that's like showed you everything I got, and you know, didn't get too much, but so yeah, that was the week. And so next week I'm gonna start doing some looks with burgundy colors for Valentine's Day. And so yeah, love you all. Mwah. Bye.